think I'm good now. What's poppin'? Excuse my voice. Excuse me. Oh, I see you, Thomas. What's going on? I'm about to go ahead and request you on in. Dang, I forgot what I did. I got my tea today, y'all. My voice is not sounding the best, but it's all good. Hey, Thomas.
What's going on with you? My voice don't
What's
sound too
going
high and needed. What's happening?
on? I don't know. It's kind of crazy because here at home and at my job, like people are like getting sick, and I'm like,
Mm,
what y'all got
mm.
going on? Is that your case or is it something else?
Oh, definitely not. I don't get into all that sickness. I ain't gonna lie. I went to the gym earlier. I was tired. That's about all I can think of. I'm gonna be like, you gonna give me some tea in a minute.
Yo, see, I got my peppermint here, you know, just to free up
Yeah.
some stuff. But nonetheless, how was your day? Like, how you doing? Oh,
My day been great, honestly. I can't complain at all. Like I said, I got my workout in, got the hoop, do what I love. So I mean, can't really complain. Been crafting up on some business stuff. You know how I go.
yeah, for sure, which is what we actually just got done with. So I love it. But I'm actually excited to have you on here because not only, it's two reasons. One, well, because it's you're Thomas, right? But two, I've been having like a lot of like females on my lives. So now you're like the first male and probably like four lives, really, 4 or 5 lives.
I feel
Yeah.
honored.
Yeah. Right. Well, I love it. Um, well, to be honest, Thomas, I know this is something that we Brandon. I know this is something that we kind of vaguely talked about before hopping on here. And for everyone that's watching right now, just to give you kind of like an idea of what it is you're tuning into. So these lives that I have, they're usually on Thursdays, but it's a way for people to, I don't want to say get involved with the community, but um, it's to hear the voices of like the people that we follow. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know about you, but I think it's because of the interviews that I've been watching this last week. But if you look around, a lot of people, is that Tracy? I don't know. If it is Tracy, hey Tracy. But when you look around, a lot of people have stuff going on. Like, oh snap! Like this dude, he's an artist over here. He's going crazy with his music. Or this person over here, like they're like, shout out to our boy Tosin. He's supposed to be on here tonight, but it's all good. But he's about to, go crazy with his clothing brand. But it's a way for us to get engaged with what it is that we got going on and really just kind of take a step back and realize the importance of having a community and what all can come from it for real. So I just really wanted to hear your thoughts on it, your perspectives, and kind of pick your brain tonight. Are you okay with that? I'm
Oh,
gonna get you up here.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
Gang.
before I continue, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself, let people know who you are, you can tell them where you're from, and maybe something that's the most important to you right now, as far as, I don't know, growth and really just seeing out the things that you want for yourself.
All right. So, my name is Thomas Gates the third. Don't forget the third. From Atlanta. I've been in NC for the last like 9, maybe 10 years. 9, yeah, definitely 9.
Mm,
What's the most important to me right now as far as growth?
yeah.
I would say is having a plan, and that's something I always sucked at. I'm the type of person when I was in college, I'm waiting to the last day to do my assignment. I'm not planning nothing. Hopefully, I can find the answers on Quizlet. Like that was me. So right now, I got a couple businesses running. I got this wholesale dealership with my dad. as far as vehicles and stuff like that. And I also just about to drop this drop shipping store in a couple weeks for
Ah,
all my little nerds who be on the game and stuff. I play this game where it's like 1 million people online at all times, so I'm gonna take advantage of that market, um, stuff like that. But yeah, having a plan I feel like is super important because if you don't have a plan, you don't necessarily know where you're going. You know you're going somewhere, but you don't know how long it's gonna take you to get there, and you're not even necessarily sure exactly where that is. So that's what I would say right now, having a
yeah,
plan.
I feel you on that one. And there's a couple of things that you said that I kind of just want to get to. So first and foremost, whole ship dealership. I know that we talked about this before, but there
Hmm.
are just some things I'm like, well, what is it? Well, I guess my main question is, as far as like selling vehicles, is that something that you like see yourself doing long term, or is it just something for like right now? Like, you know how
Me
Ross,
and
you
my
know,
dad doing it together, so I'm assuming we were planning to do this for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't a super huge car guy or nothing like that, but I'm getting more, let's say, in tune with that space, learning more about different vehicles, learning the business as a whole, because it's something I've never been exposed to before. But going to auctions and all different type of stuff like that.
yeah,
Just put myself in different spaces. But yeah, that's something my dad always wanted to do. He always wanted to do real estate and something to do with cars, and he been doing real estate for a long time. So it was just
yeah,
about time to get into the car space. So that's what we're doing at this point. I feel like yeah, we're gonna be doing this for a while.
yeah,
We're
I
at the
feel
beginning
that.
stages for hadn't even been a year. So yeah.
You know that most recent I guess it was a car show that Rick Ross did maybe
Okay.
a couple of weeks back. I don't know if you know about it, but
No.
I know he be going crazy. And if you like look at his story, is you want to talk about like a businessman or a promoter, that man be going crazy on his social media for
That-
sure. Um,
That's what I love about this too. Like social media as a whole, once you get a real following, you could do whatever.
Yeah, and it's not even that you need like a whole bunch of people at that, because not every single follower that you have has to, I don't know, invest into what you got going on. But you got a good, I don't know, 10 to 50 people, however. But you got to get you like a good percentage. Like you'll go crazy. You'll go crazy with it for sure. Um, well, my first question for tonight is I kind of want there the reason why I first and foremost had this specific topic is because have you watched the um it was an episode on Kevin Hart's new podcast, Heart to Heart or something like that? Yeah, Heart to Heart. But it was a interview with Jay-Z. Have you seen that one or no?
I seen a little clip on it. Now that you say that, I seen a little clip on it on Instagram
Yeah.
about how when you go home, you trying to relax, and people asking you, "Oh man, look, I got this," and then all you gotta do
Yeah.
is throw a little 25, 3,500. Yeah, I seen the little
Yeah.
clip. I ain't watched the whole junk though. No.
For sure. Well, they talked about a lot of good things in there for sure, but mine was more so towards the end. And for anyone that's tapping in, I don't know if you guys seen it, but you can drop in the comments if you liked it or what was something that you took from it for sure. But one of the things that both Jay Z and Kevin Hart said was something that I feel like goes unsaid. Maybe it's like something that people are aware of, but not a lot of conversations are being had about it, which is they're waiting for a time where everyone like they're he said they're counterparts, so they're waiting for a time where your counterparts in our situation would be the same thing, where we can all come together and sit at this table and have a
Hmm.
conversation about like or have a conversation about something that we can do together, you know, that sense of, I don't know, community support, like that community collaboration. Because I don't know for you, and this is I guess what I'm trying to get your opinion on, but like a lot of people are like they got their own stuff going on, so they pushing their stuff,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But a lot of
Hmm.
times I don't know, we don't pay a lot of mind to what other people have going on, so sometimes it really doesn't feel like a community. It just feels like everybody's doing their own thing together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
What's
makes
your take
sense.
on that?
Um, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm the type of person to be doing my own thing. I ain't gonna cap. So like, as far as this community aspect, it's something that I'm definitely just started integrating into my life, but something that I'm also looking to improve on. Because I feel like it's always something that you're not thinking of. So I feel like it's something that if somebody else is doing this or somebody else is doing that, and you didn't even not think about it, but you didn't know anything about that in all, any form of
Yeah.
fashion. Now somebody else is able to add value to you in a space or in a part of you that you didn't even, you know what I mean, you never even discovered yet. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel like having a community is a strong piece of life for real. Well, like I said, that's something that I'm very new to integrating into my lifestyle. I've been a person that's just been on my own. I'm at the crib or I'm on the move doing what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I
Look,
definitely like it though.
look, if you always look at Thomas's story, he's either what? He's either in the car, at the court, like you said, at the crib or on the move for sure. But hey, and just to clarify to everybody, there's nothing wrong with doing your own thing for sure. But I think what's interesting though is sometimes you can, I don't know, if you're looking through everybody's story, you're seeing them all post, about celebrities and what they got going on. But what about your homeboy, and his business over there? That if I'm clicking through everybody's story, it doesn't, no one makes a difference because I'm seeing the same things. Like I'm not seeing what your friend has going on or what, because somebody's got something going on for sure. A lot
Yeah.
of people are getting more creative and they're becoming more confident and just standing in their own ground and creating their own things. So like what's going on in your community? You know what I'm saying? That was just something I had to check myself on because I'm like, you know, I'm
Me
only
too.
like, yeah, like I'm only,
Easy to do.
posting like high end stuff. You know what? Like the celebrities, they don't even know that we exist, but my friend does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying. So it was just a self check thing. But a question for you: if someone were to, let's say, you take like a group of friends or group of, I don't know, college mates, you're at school, or maybe a group of coworkers, but if someone could look within a community, what could they say about Thomas? Maybe his qualities or
Mm.
maybe his
Ask
strengths.
that John one more time for real.
I said if someone were to look at a community, because I personally feel that you're somebody that stands out. I feel like you're quiet. You're one of those people that sit back and observe. But if someone talks to you, they could see. So or if someone were to look at a community or they look at a group, what's something that they could say about Thomas?
Okay. So you talking about from the outside looking in of me and my whoever I went to college with walking around and
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay.
And if
What's
they,
something different about me and me as far as from the outside, what you can tell from the outside looking in, I'm always gonna be clean. That's really all I can think of as far as like you not saying nothing, you just on the outside looking, you're not necessarily gonna know about anything that I have going on.
yeah.
But I mean, even when I was ugly, I was fresh. So I mean, that's all I could that's all
Well, look, when
that's all I
were
can
you
think
ugly,
of for
Thomas?
real.
When do you feel like
Whoa,
you was
now
ugly?
maybe for the pictures now, I ain't gonna do it on the live, but I'll definitely show you though. It was rough. My boy Cyrus was joining. You remember them days back in Panther Creek? I ain't gonna lie. When I first moved over here, rough. But nah.
Uh,
Um,
I might
other
have
than
to do
that,
some peeping.
relax. I don't know. Other than that, I mean, I walk slow. Can't, I can't think of too much more honestly from the
Yep.
outside looking.
I think that's I think that might be what draws people in though. Like in general, it might not be for everybody, but
Mm,
you look at somebody, you can't tell a lot about them, like
right.
the way that they move, but you look at them and you said like,
The
oh,
little mystery, John, huh?
right. And like I said, if you know you got stuff going on and you got a plan for yourself too, what are you laughing? You see something in the comments?
Nah, I ain't say nothing. That joke just funny to me.
Yeah.
It's just
But I love that though. I say, let me answer this question for myself too. I say if somebody was looking at a group of people and I was in it and they could say something about Anaya, I think they could say that she has great energy, that
funny.
she has good energy. And I feel like wherever I go, I'm a valuable member. Like if I know what I'm supposed to be doing and I know that I could add to it in whatever way, um, that I have some type of input, no
Mhm.
matter what it looks like for sure. So I guess uh, it's something else I asked too, because now like I guess the question that I asked was more so like a self, not reflection, but self observation.
Valuation type of thing.
Yeah, that was my screen limit thing. But
Alright, bet.
that was a self-evaluation. Now, what about like when you're looking at, let's say it's like a group of guys, and you know how you can tell like when people are like moving together, you know what I'm saying? Like they, maybe it's real militant, or you just know that they, whatever it is that they put their hands on, or whatever it is that they do, they're gonna get it done. So like for you, what's that thing where you like, maybe you see a group of guys and you're like, oh yeah, like they got it. Like I know they, you know, they got that, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Are you asking me what qualities I see in somebody that
Yeah.
allows me to think that they're gonna go crazy?
Yeah,
Okay.
like what qualities?
When I get into that, I would say something that I will look at is well, it's almost kind of difficult to look at, but it's kind of the mindset. You can kind of tell, not 100%, but you can kind of tell where people's mind is at by the way that they speak,
Mm-hmm.
by the way that they articulate their thoughts, um, just by the way that they talk about what they got going on. If you ask them what they got going on, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is
So
there
I would
like,
say one of those, huh?
I was gonna say, is there anybody that like you're paying attention to right now, whether they're a celebrity or a public
Mm.
figure?
As far as somebody who everything they touch is going gold.
Yeah, maybe you know you kind of like see yourself
Um,
in them based off of what they're doing.
See myself in them. Uh, huh.
It could
I
even
mean,
be
as
with
far as
political too.
somebody who everything they touch going crazy, I feel like Lil Baby is him. Anything Lil Baby hop on is going crazy. As far as music, I guess I can't really think of an entrepreneur or anything at this moment that everything that they touch, um, is valid or anything like that. But as far as music, I'm thinking of him. As far as if he's thinking sports, I'm thinking LeBron. But
Mm.
nobody that I would say I see myself in. Nah, not really. I mean, if we talk about basketball, I guess John Moran or something like that. Not because you don't got the dress, but I kind of play like him. But I can't really think of an entrepreneur or anything like that that I see
Yeah,
myself in. I had to create that space for myself, and
yeah.
that's cool with me.
Is there anybody that you're like listening to right now?
As far as
Like
podcasts or something like that,
yeah, podcast.
that's something I need to get into, to be honest. Because I mean, as far as if I'm listening to something to try to learn, the last thing I've listened to learn something was Bob Proctor, because I feel like the way that he talks changes the way that I react to situations or the way that I process situations. And I feel like that was very useful for me, um, just because I'm always thinking. So if I can be thinking the
Mm-hmm.
right things instead of the wrong ones, then that helps me in the long run. So as far as listening to mindset or motivation or public speaker or anything like that, I'll be listening to Bob Proctor heavy. But
For
I
sure.
do need to get into some podcasts. So put me on some and I'll
Oh, I got you. You
tap
know, I
in
can
with.
send you a list. All that.
Yeah,
You
for
know what
sure.
I'm
I'm with it.
saying? And y'all
Yeah.
guys too, for everyone that's watching, definitely drop somebody that you're listening to right now who's got you like, oh, that's
So,
it.
okay.
You know, drop that in the comments right now. Put us on for sure, because I could definitely use some new people. I'm actually about to watch this. You know Dave Ramsey, right? Oh, David Ramsey, Dave Ramsey. Do you know him?
Yeah, I heard him before. I don't know why I can't see his face right now, but I've heard of that name before.
He's
Yep.
got glasses, got the white hair going on, but he's really big on like
White dude, Dave Ramsey. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's this video that's called what did it say? It said money is not debt. Money is not a debt thing. It's a behavior thing or something like that. But we're gonna get into that last. But I guess where we can go into next is I want to get into like our peers, like our
Mm-hmm.
generation's idea of branding ourselves. Um, like how we, and even for my mind too, sometimes I get marketing and branding like mixed up a little bit, because marketing is more so like you have a product to show, like you're,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're promoting something or showing something, but branding is essentially just who you are. So even in, you know, with the businesses that you have coming up and even within your plan, how how are you, what's your, I don't want to say relationship with branding, but like how are you with like branding? Is it just, is there certain aspects of yourself that you want to show to your followers, or is it, you know, is it about being authentic, is it about being real? Like what's something that you want your followers to see, to where if they go to your page they can say, oh, like this is what I can say about, Thomas.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I went to college for the wrong thing. I ain't gonna lie. So as far as the mixture between marketing and branding, I would confuse those two as well. But as far as
Right.
something I want people to see about me, I really just be posting what I feel like. So if I'm in a mood where I've been working out lately, sure we'll post it at the gym. Or I always loved basketball. So if I got some videos on my phone, basketball, come across a
Oh,
funny audio, I'll up a little reel or something. But as far as things I want people to see about me, that's something I gotta think about because I haven't really shown people too much of me, I don't think. I'll take a
mhm.
little picture, I might drop a caption or something like that. But
Is that on purpose? Like,
is that on purpose? That's just how I live, honestly. I never really, it's not like a thing I have to think about super hard to do.
hmm
It's just kind of how I am. Even if we talk in person, I'm not finna get to spilling secrets and all type of junk like that. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how I move. I ain't never moved like that before.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had to be very, very what's that word? I would have to be very conscious about or what's the word? Start with an I. Very intensive. Oh, no, no, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Intentional. There you go. I had to be
intentional.
very intentional about what I would want people to see about me if I get when I get into thinking as far as showing different sides of me and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, maybe you don't. I don't think this would take somebody that has professionalism and uh,
Mm-hmm.
expertise and
Nah,
branding,
facts.
but maybe like what's something that within our community, maybe as an entrepreneur, maybe business, or let me ask this because you can answer this. What's something that can turn you off about how somebody shows himself? Is it maybe that conscious aspect or that face? um, but what's a personal like like I don't know, something that makes you go when you look at somebody's, I don't know, their promotion or their marketing or maybe how they're marketing it. I'm trying to think
Um,
too.
man, you trying to get me to air somebody out or something, so it sound like. But
No,
what I
what's on here?
let's think. I don't really,
Hmm.
man. You're not gonna get me to get into that right now. I ain't gonna lie. What turns me off about something the way that somebody markets themselves? I feel like everybody should just do them. So I mean, I ain't never really looked at somebody's page like, ew, why are they doing this? Like, I feel like it's your life. You want to throw your little junk, you can go throw it over there. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not finna just sit here and hate on nobody because I don't necessarily do what they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have a question for that. I feel like I'm funny, so sometimes I post some funny stuff on my story, but it won't make it to my page or whatever. So I mean, like
hmm
being authentic with your job, I feel like that's cool. But as far as turn offs about somebody's page, I don't really think I want to get into that. Not too
Yeah,
deep.
I think you might be taking a good direction on that for sure. It was just that was really a random question for sure. Look,
I'm
maybe I need
glad you
to.
can throw the random questions, man. I got good random answers.
Like, maybe I shouldn't have asked that question, but yeah, it's just like you know what I'm saying. But no, I think like, and this is for everyone watching too. Like, I think everyone is just figuring first and foremost themselves out. Hey, Serenity.
It's good. See,
Everyone is figuring themselves out and figuring out what they like, and we also are. I'm glad that you said that word conscious because I really think that uh, sometimes we can become too conscious of things to where we're not
hmm
even like, I don't know, showing ourselves authentically. Like, um, I, what did I first of all, I write in my journal. I love to write, but something that I wrote in my journal the other day is that I think it's very interesting. And like I said, for the people that are watching, who are you trying to promote right now with the
I
bottle?
won't promote nothing just in case somebody thought I was sipping on something. I don't know. I just showed it. This young buzz. I'm listening to what you're saying. I ain't promoting the
But
goddamn thing.
yeah, but I think it's interesting how, like, when you go to somebody's page, you can tell if they own their page or not. You can tell if they own their platform. Like,
Mm,
sometimes people, they, and it's, I don't know, they may not do certain things because of how society might look at it. Like, they don't want to
hmm
show certain things because of how they may be judged. So you can tell that. Like, you could tell, like, if I go to your story that you posting and you doing stuff like how you see everybody else doing it. Like, you just you know,
I
being
feel that.
or a reflection of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, you can go on somebody's page and you can look at what it is that they're showing you. Like, oh, this person, like, you can really see them, like whether for whoever they are, but they're showing that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, you know, someone chooses to be, they're not as vocal or showing much of their life or whatever. And you can see that too. But that was a random thing to me. I'm like, it's interesting. You can actually tell, like, what if somebody owns their own, I don't want to cuss on here, but owns their itch or not, whatever, on their page. So yeah, but like I said, I just think it's very interesting. Everything that everybody has going on, whatever it is, you don't have to be and I'm not just talking about business men and women or entrepreneurs, but whatever you are, like if it's an artist or, you know, you're advancing in your career or you're getting a lot of career opportunities, you got like something going on for yourself and making you feel good. So kudos to everybody. Shout out to everybody. Keep doing your thing and understand that it doesn't have to be perfect because we're all just figuring it out as we go. For sure.
100%. I'm only 22 for real. Like, you
Yeah,
definitely got some
yeah.
more answers to find.
It's so young too. Like we're only 20 and like 21 and 23 and 24. Like we have so much time ahead of us. It's okay if we don't have it all together right now. You got time. And then I think it allows us some grace for other people too, so that we don't be just like judgmental or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Are
but
you a Virgo?
no, I'm Scorpio.
Okay, facts. I don't really know too much about that. What's it called, signs? I just asked you that because I feel like that was a very analytical observation you just made, and I don't think I've never consciously made that one, but I've probably seen that. I know what you're talking about when you say that, but I've never like said it out loud. But yeah, that's interesting for sure.
Yeah, it really is. Um, Now as we go ahead and end off tonight, there is something that has recently been of interest to me and something that I've actually been reading a lot about, and it's the psychology of money. The
Hmm.
psychology of money. I'll say for myself personally, and this is really just my reason for being as vocal as I am with Project 22 and everything that it stands for, is that over these last few years, I realized what the main thing that I've become very passionate in is identifying the goals that I have myself that money can achieve. Like what kind of goals do I want to achieve with a certain amount of money? And then not only that, but like understanding like the way that we were brought up, the things that we took a witness to. Oh, Brandy, you know what I'm talking about? I need to get the actual book. I think Brandon's talking about The Psychology of Money. It's by Morgan Housel. And it just goes back to my earlier point that I made, which is I think sometimes people can have a difficult relationship with money because sometimes people make it about rules and regulations as opposed to habits, behaviors, psychologies. So just a blank, simple question for you, Thomas. How do you think about money? Like, what's your idea about it? How has it? I don't know. Like, I always ask people, like, what's your relationship with money?
My relationship with it, I feel like in
Yeah.
the space, not the space, in the time that I was born in, the world we live in right now. I feel like money is just something that provides options. Uh, they tax you for everything. You're gonna have to pay for some water when you get up. You're gonna have to buy food. You gotta buy gas to get in your car to go anywhere because everything is so spaced out. It costs money to live places. It costs money to
Yeah.
use this Wi-Fi stuff we all on every single day. It costs money to wear clothes. You can't even get up and have clothes. You gotta go buy them junk. So I feel like money, it just provides options. So my relationship with it is money is a tool,
Yeah.
the tool that I use, and that I'm gonna have to keep on using. So might as well learn how to cultivate,
Mm.
how to create you some sources or something. You gonna have to do something, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Cause it's not even like, as my friend, I don't know, I saw him pop in earlier. As my friend said on our first live, he said it's not even that, you know, I want money. It's that you literally need it. Like
No
you
cap.
need
It's
money
tough. You
to
need it though.
to just be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Um,
literally.
yeah. What are some? I guess you don't have to go too personal with it. But maybe like what's something that you're in your journey of just understanding how to make money work for you? Because I don't have to say too much, but in your route that you decided to go on as far as investing and trading and everything, just as a personal witness, I see how you really took off with it. So in your journey, um, maybe what are some things that you're doing better with as far as like habits, or maybe is there a healthier way? And I don't, I guess you could say healthier. Is there a healthier way that you think about money that's kind of helped you to, like, I don't know, multiply it, if that makes sense?
Um, One thing I would say is whenever you collect, take profit, whatever you want to call it, you get a check. Some I cut it in threes. I take the tenth off for God, and then the rest you cut in threes: savings, checkings, and investing. So then at that point, you're making money, but then you always have money aside for you to live with. You have money aside for you to invest into the next thing you find, or to reinvest if you already have what I'm saying, a way to invest. As well as you always have a savings because stuff comes up. I ain't gonna lie. I was driving my car the other day and something happened. Got to take it to the shop. Next thing you know, we had $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real life. Like it's
Yeah.
real life out here, man. Ain't no game. So you
What
gotta
would
have
be,
something to the side.
yeah. And out of all the stuff that I've been peeped into or grabbed information about, they always said save, like pay you, essentially.
Hmm.
Maybe what's the biggest lie that you told yourself about money?
Biggest lie?
Like for instance, mine was like, I don't know, that it was just like I didn't have to work too hard for it. Like it's just gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah,
was
money
like
comes effortlessly to me. I've said that before for sure.
right.
That's probably mine too then. What? So I say I try not to lie too much, but yeah, I lied then.
Yeah,
Money comes to me effortlessly in so many ways. What was it? I forgot. Yeah, I definitely did that one.
yeah. And
I am a money magnet. That's cap.
listen,
That is cap.
in this world, you gotta put you gotta put in some type of work. You gotta work for it somehow, some way. Even in passive income, you still gotta put in a certain type of, certain type of hours and certain type of effort for it to come, for sure. Um, is there something maybe you could uh peep this when you were younger, but what was something on financial literacy, or what was something that you felt like that was missing within your community, or maybe missing while you were growing up, but more so like within your community, like maybe certain knowledge you didn't get, certain information, and something that you saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a bunch of that. If that's what you're talking about. It's a bunch of that. And it wasn't even their fault. It was just they didn't know either.
Yeah.
All types of knowledge about different ways to make money than having to work. I mean, you go to school, they job is to send you to the next school, whether it's elementary to middle, middle to high, high to college. They trying to go ahead and get to college so you can go ahead and get a degree so you can get a job. The school system is built to create a workforce.
Yeah.
Just the world I was born into. I ain't really have no say in the matter, but I got held out from a bunch of different information. People been trading currencies and commodities for years before I was born. I didn't learn about it until 3 years ago. So it's
Yeah.
like it's so much information that they holding out on.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'll just leave it at that. That's one thing for sure. Learning how to invest. Like we went to school, graduated and all that. I don't know how to buy a house right now. I'm gonna have to go ask my dad. Like nobody
Facts.
taught me that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. You know what I mean? So all of that.
And
Yeah.
with that being said, as live your life and the more that you learn, what's something that, or maybe what's an aspect of like what was missing? How do you think you can play a part in people knowing about it?
How can I play a part in people knowing about it?
Yeah, whatever part it may be.
Well, it's this community aspect that you're referring to is all I can think of. I mean, if it's something that you haven't thought of and somebody else is already thinking about it, and we in the same community, now you have access to it just simply because we're in the community where we're talking about these things.
Yep.
So I mean, other than that, wait till I have some kids and I can teach them the right things. Other than that, I mean, I can't hand teach everybody in the world, but if we got a community where we all together, we all adding value to each other. We're all learning different things, all bringing different information to the table. Then I feel like that's some way that I could help some other people. Other than that, wait till my offspring, I guess. I don't know.
For sure. I guess that leads us to like our last point too on what we've recently become a part of, which is creating a space where different people can come to the table and offer different things, and then
For
letting
sure.
people know that space is out there. What's something that you're most excited for? And for the ones that are watching, you guys can check out my page. I gotta make a highlight for it. But what I'm referring to is a community that Thomas and I are involved with, and a space that we're currently developing, very excited for, that pretty much exemplifies all that we've been talking about, like providing that type of knowledge, providing that type of information where people are collaborating or coming together and being able to offer that, which is the round table for sure. But Thomas, was something that you're most excited about? So when you're thinking about, I don't know, just the next 6 months with our community in specific.
Something I'm super excited about is just seeing the growth, not only as far as the people, but I mean, not the number of people, but as far as the people in the community, seeing how much information you're going to have access to, and then seeing the time after that, now that you're able to have that info and being able to apply it.
Yeah.
Just like how you're saying, we grew up not learning a bunch of different things that we probably should know. And it mean people is online selling these courses and all different types of stuff for you to learn about something. You might have to come out a couple $1,000s. I
Yeah.
mean, you might not even have a couple $1,000s to come out of, so you're not about to learn it. So that
Yeah.
just being able to cross that bridge, connect those dots, I feel like that's going to be something super powerful, and just seeing the growth of the individuals in the round table in the next 6 months is going to be ridiculous.
Yes. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And like I said, it's something, excuse me, it's something that I think, one thing that I'm excited about, or why I'm most excited about it, is because something I want everyone to take from here, like remind myself, for you as well, is that anything that we're not seeing within our community, which could be our social media, it could be our friends, it could be different environments, anything that we're not seeing and that we wish was there, we have to, I don't want to say have to, but you have the choice to become that which is missing. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like uh be that door, or be that sponge for that information. Because if you know that people are looking for it, doesn't matter what it is, because so many people have so many questions that are on plethora of things. If it's, I don't know, becoming an entrepreneur, if it's starting up a business, or if it's, how do I get my music out on all the right platforms? Like, how do I start to show my artwork, or whatever the case may be? So many people have so many questions. And I
Hmm.
think the best way, or the best thing that we can do, is really I don't know, just be ourselves, be our authentic selves, and really, I don't know, invest into the things that can make an impact, that can make a change within ourselves, within the people around us, and give people that, I don't know, give people that open door. So that's something that I'm
All right.
learning about. And I think that's one of the ways that I think about community, and why I think community is so important, because of, what you could obtain from it, but also what you could become within a community of people, for
And
sure.
on top of that, what I like is even if you're not going to be the person to become that light for the rest of them, you know somebody who can be that, you can bring them to the community.
Right.
That's what I like as well.
Yeah. And
I
it's
mean, you
just,
don't gotta have all the answers.
I like that too. It might be a kind of like, if someone who sometimes feel like I gotta do this, because even for myself, like within my, I don't know, group of friends and family, those conversations aren't being had a lot. I mean, now, like within the most recent years, they are. Um, I don't know, sometimes you may think that you're alone in certain things, but promise you, if you look up, there's somebody that's doing, like, feeling the same way that you are, maybe doing the same things that you're doing, and thinking the same way that you are. So I really do appreciate that. But I guess to officially end things off, my last question is, what is something that you can leave for our audience for tonight, as far as I had the question earlier, but as far as maybe ideas or values, I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but something that can make a community better is what I'm trying to say. And like I said, that community could be your friends, it could be your social media, but I don't know, for those people that are looking for something, or they're saying like, oh, this is missing within my realm, or within my circle of people, do you have anything to say about that, or maybe to drive them in the right, I don't want to say direction, it seems like.
I mean, if you, the first step is identifying the problem. If you already know the problem, I feel like at this point you need to look for a solution. I mean, if
Yeah,
you're the one that's identifying the problem, chances are that nobody else has yet. And being that you understand there is a problem, it's not just something missing, but it's something missing and it's able to be found out. You
yeah,
might as well go search it. I mean, we got Google now. I'm not saying everything is on Google, but you can start. I mean, there's Reddit, there's YouTube, there's a whole bunch of people teaching a whole bunch of things in a whole bunch of
yeah,
places. I mean,
yeah.
the internet is huge. So if you know something's missing, you
Ridiculous.
know what I'm saying, you can literally search something on TikTok and mess around and find something out. So it's like,
Look,
if
the people now are finding recipes on,
my
well,
mom
not,
has been cooking stuff off TikTok for the last month, talking about trying new stuff we ain't never had before, and it busts. I'm talking about like TikTok,
yes, yes,
everything
that's
up there.
crazy.
So if you feel like there's something missing and you understand that you can find a solution, you need to search something. I mean, that's what I would do
That's what people are
personally.
doing now. It's like everything's on tick, like they're just putting it out. Like,
Hmm.
that makes me think about like all the things that are like things that are paper, like cookbooks, and I don't know, everything's
Yeah.
in digital now. Like, you can have a
It's wrapped up
digital
for
cookbook, and
sure.
I'm like, that's crazy that you can go to TikTok and find a recipe to cook for your whole family for tonight. That's crazy.
Okay, you can find a recipe, you can find a restaurant, you can find solutions to your homework, you can find whatever you want up there.
Yes,
Yeah,
shout out to the digital space for sure. Well, Thomas, I want to say thank you so much for hopping on and being so open to talk about everything that we did. Definitely enjoyed this, and like I said, I always, there's something about a male perspective. Not saying that it's better or worse than a female perspective, but it's good to have men and women talking together and having these type of conversations,
for
especially
sure.
these type of topics. So I just want to
Definitely.
say thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate you. And for everyone that tuned in tonight, I want to say thank you, because this is not only something that people are going to hear now, but as I repost, there's going to be people that hear it later for sure. So, y'all have a great evening, and I will see y'all on the next live talk. Bye, Thomas.
Bye. Appreciate you.